Alright, so since I'm going to be sitting here for a while, might as well do a video. And I'm going to put this one on my new YouTube channel it's going to call Inner Mind Youth Club. Inner Mind Youth Club. And my angle for my people to find me, it's going to call Inner City Youth Club. Inner City Youth Club. I want to find people who are walking similar path, like what I had to, like the path that I had to tread as a teenager, as a youngster, you know, where when you look around there is not enough, there's no help, you have family, you have friends, you have loved ones, but the help is limited, because the help you need is the help they also need, you know. So it's more of like every man for their self, you know. I want to find you people who are walking similar path, again, where there's not enough, you know. Yes, my advice to you though, I'm looking for kids, teenagers, people who have nothing, not for people who have everything or pretend to have everything. I am going to impart knowledge that I had to suffer to gain, and some of it is from my own experience, you know. Yes, suffer to gain, and some of it is from my own experience, and some also had to pay for knowledge. Pay for knowledge. And I am going to impart this knowledge onto you guys, and hopefully it can do some change, you know. What I wanted to share with you guys, I had some ideas, right? When I was a young guy, right, I was I didn't have anything, didn't have any help, didn't have anyone to guide me as far as like career and all those stuff, you know. And let's say, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but let's say I have to do this over again, start from the beginning again. What would I do? How would I do it? With the knowledge I have now, the first thing I would want to know is, what is my gifts? What is my gifts? You know, there are tools and information out there right now to find out these things, you know, to find out these things. And tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link in the description, I think. Yeah. And I'm not going to make this one too long. I'm going to put a link in the description. The first thing I would want to know, the first thing is, what is my gifts? Right? For me, right now, I found out my gifts pretty much. I found out by accident. In school, I used to love football. Primary school, I always wanted to be the guy who would dive and save the ball, you know. Yeah, I like to save the world somewhat. Next thing I found out is that I like music, and drum in particular. So in school, I can remember my classroom versus another classroom, and I was the drummer. The instrument was the bookshelves in the class, and I will you know. So it started from in the classrooms. Then somehow my granny used to carry me to the churches, you know, with her. It's not like I wanted to go really, it's just that I had to go. In fact, she's the one who is responsible for my name. My name is Matthew and my second name is John. So I have two Bible names, you know, from this lady. So you know the drill, I had to go to church, you know. So in church, as a kid, probably 9 years old, 10 years old, I will see them. But I'm going to be real with you guys. At this place, they used to use hand drums, and it's like a bogonak, you know. And after a while, the older I get, is the more I drift away from that kind of thing, you know. It used to scare me a bit. So, you know, I don't really go anymore, you know. But when I get older, I was introduced to another church again, and because of the experience I had, you know, as a child, I used to mess around that drum again. And there was this man called Mr. Williams who decided, hey, that guy needs to be a drummer. And from a kid, I was fooling around. At one point, I remember my mommy, she couldn't be found. In my eyes, she couldn't be found. So 3-4 months, I didn't know where my mom was. In fact, I wasn't too young to really find out, you know, where she was. But anyway, my stepdad took me to her in Pirate, Ocho, and she was working down there for some people overseas. And these people were some musicians from France who came to Jamaica to do a record. So there was like this living room with bass guitar, string guitar, drummer, all Rastafarian white people, you know, smoking the weed and all of that. But I remember this guy, his name is Aldo B, he would call himself, and you know, would take me up and put me on his shoulder, and we would walk into the sea together, you know, on his shoulder, and nice vibe, and I felt welcome, I felt nice around those people, I felt the energy. Not only that, but from that point I realized something had happened there where music is concerned. Seeing them in the studio playing the music, beating the drums, I was caught there, you know. Next thing I can remember, a significant moment where me and my mom was coming from Wyndham Hotel in Kingston, you know, probably St. Andrew or Wyndham Hotel, and there was a stage show in Emancipation Park. While we were heading to get the bus, there's a stage show in Emancipation Park where I could see a drummer on stage and singer, you know, it was crowded. Hundreds of people. If you're talking about Emancipation Park, there wasn't any place to walk. There was thousands of people. And I asked my mom, can I go up there? And she said no. And for some reason, somehow a ring out of her hand. She couldn't find me. I was up there on the stage. She was searching for me. She couldn't find me, and she left. She went home, and somebody who knows me saw me right on stage beside the drummer as a young kid, you know, just watching what the drummer was doing. So as far as that is concerned, I know I was drawn to music. So I found out this, that I am a musician, by accident. Later down I found out that, or prove that this wasn't any accident, it was a fact, by using, I guess, spiritual fact checkers. Found out other things also, that other skills, other gifts I have, you know. So I think I'm going to cut this video short, you know. I'm going to cut this video short. So this is going to be my template for my first video. And again, guys, I'm not looking for people who have it all, who have their life together and this beautiful romantic illusion. I'm not looking for you guys. So even by saying this, if this offend you, I apologize, and you can find a different channel. I'm looking for inner cities, and I get this idea from youth club. I used to be a part of a youth club which helped shape and change my life, and I would like to impart this to vulnerable kids, to vulnerable people who have nothing, whether it be in Africa or Caribbean countries. These are the people who I'm looking for. Kids. I vibe more with these people, and I feel more comfortable with these people. Kids. I would like to share what I've been through in life, and I know I can save a few lives by imparting my knowledge. So one love, and respect to all. Respect. Until then again. Alright, so I'm going to put the channel information and all of that down there. Respect.